Hello there, everybody,
Hello.
and welcome back to Ears to the East. Hello, Benedikt. Hello, Neon.
Hey,
Hello,
what up?
everybody.
Hello.
Hey. It's that time of the week again where we've given ourselves a topic. Well, actually, you guys have given us a topic at home via the community page where you vote in our poll. And we got an interesting one. This one originally came from Benedikt, which was the idea of what would be a song that you would make everyone in the world listen to every day? If you had to pick a song that you'd make everyone in the world listen to once a day. I gave it the caveat. I said in the morning. I updated the topic and said a song you'd given everyone, every single person, man, woman, and child, every day in the morning must listen to this song. And we came up with our answers. And boy, have we got quite a selection here. Now,
The
you
reason
six,
why I like this topic so much
yeah.
is because you basically have the power to change the world through a
Oh,
single song, in my opinion. I mean, you could, depending on the song you choose, but you could either try to make the world better or like tear it down.
I really love this because as we're going to find out as we go through our song suggestions, we're going to see how we've all approached this very differently. Now, I should point out that as usual, we've all heard each other's songs prior to going into this. So what we'll do is we'll each one at a time mention which song one person's picked, and then the two people who had to listen to it will break down what we thought, and then the person who picked it will say why they picked it. You'll get it as it goes if you haven't seen this before. Anyway, the first song we're going to look at is the one that Neon picked. Neon, what song did you pick for everyone in the world to listen to every morning forever?
You know what? I had so many freaking things in my head for this one, but I feel like I had like one hand tied behind my back here because I tried to like overcomplicate it and try to be smarter than I actually am. And sometimes I think just the simple answer is often the best and most effective. And Doki Doki Morning, Baby Metal, everybody, it must be everybody's alarm clock all around the world every morning. That's what wakes you up, puts you in a happy mood. You're going to be
All right.
dancing. It's
All
going to
right.
be it's going to be good. Plus, I think if I didn't pick Doki Doki Morning for this, I think Loon would actually physically not talk to me ever again.
Yeah, Loon is in both of our discords. So if anyone doesn't know, he's definitely has reasons to like this song. So, usual thing, me and Benedikt now will give our thoughts on this, and then Neil, and you can sort of round up our opinions on this one before we move on to the next song. So, Benedikt, what did you think of the choice of Doki Doki Morning by
I
Babe
mean,
Metal?
my alarm clock is actually Shine by Baby Metal, but it is Baby Metal. So yeah, I
Like,
was actually thinking myself to pick Baby Metal because it's something I actually do listen to every day and it makes me happy every day.
show
So
the
I actually,
tattoo, show the tattoo.
if you want,
Yeah.
Do the rolls.
I love it. And yeah, it's a really, you know, what I would like to get Neon thought about why he chose, because I would say it's a pretty metal song. And not everybody in the world is a metal fan, in my opinion. So
It's
yeah, I
just
would
that,
like
but it's a happy song though as well. Like
it is,
it is pure like happiness to wake up to.
but
There is
it's
no,
also
there
pretty
is.
heavy, like with that breakdown where the like Sue's voice gets distorted and
I,
everything.
I mean, if it's gonna wake you up, that's one way to wake you up, isn't
That's true.
it? I couldn't give two fucks if you don't like metal.
There we
You're
go. So when you were talking
you're
about
gonna listen to Sue's distorted vocals whether you like it or not.
So when Benedikt said about changing the world, we very quickly got to the crux of what your opinion on the world is. So listen to what I like. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
this is
yeah. The
becoming like a
world is
running
already
theme.
the world is
One,
already a terrible place full of terrible shit people. So I'm gonna make
oh
it better.
my God.
I'm gonna make it better. So
I didn't think of all considering the three songs we picked, I didn't think that yours would be the one that came out as the most cynical, and mine might well still come out as the most positive, but we'll come on to that in a minute. So I gotta be honest, like Doggy Doggy Morning, I did my Babe Metal top list with everyone on my channel where we went down, we listened to every single Babe Metal song, we drew up our little graph of statistics about all of them, about what we liked and disliked, and Doggy Doggy Morning both times that we did that list was always right up there, top 3 song, because even though I believe it was their first single, for me, it embodies, just as a song, it embodies everything that you want from BABYMETAL, everything that made them famous, in that it has the metal, it has the pop, but both of them shine. You know, it's insanely catchy. It can be heavy, but both those things work hand in hand together. I don't, even though it says morning in the song title, I'm not 100% sure whether I consider it necessarily to be a morning song. But if I was going to wake up to a song, yeah.
I mean, if we ever come to like an evening song, I could just play Uki Uki Midnight. So it's like, I got both morning and evenings covered.
It's just like he's been planning this one ahead. You know, he's got like songs for every time of day.
Like you know those nights when your brain overthinks and you're just lying there and you're just thinking about shit. This is the kind of shit I think about. I'm just like, what can I do for podcast for the podcast, and what subjects is we going to come up with? So plan ahead.
I think it's basically a very, very catchy, very fun song. I like it. I think it's a quintessential example of everything I like about BABYMETAL. But before I layer my criticism of why it might not be a good morning song every day forever, let's just get Neon to explain a little bit about, because Benedikt was asking questions. So a little bit of your thoughts on your pick of this song.
Oh, how am I tackling this? Am I tackling this in like the complete bias?
Honesty. You've chosen this song for everyone in the world. Every single person in the world will listen to this song every morning forever. So
forever. Like I said,
that was like slow motion Tom DeLonge.
Forever.
I had to think of the forever.
But yeah, it's. I understand why some people would like it. For me, it's a perfect song. Honestly, I just see it as it's one of those songs as well. And one of the reasons why I picked it. Again, people might disagree, but my answer to that is I don't give a fuck.
You very clearly explained why you don't give a fuck about anyone else's opinion.
I'm gonna keep.
Is it just word morning and fuck everyone?
Yeah, it's good. It's good morning. My song is right. And fuck everybody else. That's my mood today. But yeah, it's one of those songs that I think, even if you're not into metal, I honestly think it will grow on you. Like you touched upon as well. It's not only metal, it's pop, it's cute, it's heavy, it's got quintessentially it is everything in there that I think you could ask for any genre. And I think it's pretty much opens the door to anybody. Now, like any song in the world, it's never going to be perfect. There is no song, no choice that any of us could make which is going to please everybody. It's not going to happen. So with that being said, I reckon I could please probably about 70% of people. Maybe not straight away, but I definitely think that will grow. But I think there's going to be
I'm imagining like priests in the Vatican. I'm imagining people living out in the Midwest of America. I'm imagining people living in their igloos in the north of Canada. People on the Saharan plains, all of them every morning listening to Doggy Doggy Morning. 70% of them will be happy.
Yeah, I was going to say, like listening to priests, I suppose they'll be gutted because it's 3 girls.
Okay, I'm not going there at all. I think we already beat. I think that comment went as far as we need to go there.
Yeah. So
I think you made a good point when you said it was a bit of a gateway, though, because in a way it has, although it might not be like an in-depth exploration of pop or metal, it's like the most accessible aspects of both. Like the metal aspects are heavy. They are genuinely heavy, but not in an alienating way. And the pop aspects are catchy and poppy.
I think Doggy Doggy Morning's more pop than it is metal. There is a heavy riff in there. Don't get me wrong. but it's not like most songs where it's metal first, pop second. This is very much pop first, metal second, I think. Apart from
in a way,
apart from the actual riff, it's a very cute, clean vocal song. Apart from so I reckon everybody can kind of get into that. And if you're late for work and you're not getting out of bed and all you hear is you're gonna get the fuck out of bed. So. It works for that. It works for that as well.
I think it comes down to if either you can get down to it and grow into it, and then you will love it. I think everybody should love it. But maybe some people who are just not into metal at all or into energetic music, maybe even, either they will start to love it or they will go insane.
I'm just imagining like a couple of little old ladies living in their house in the Lake District. It's like, it's time to wake up.
Yeah. That will be the most. That will be
morning again.
That will be the most exciting part of their day, guaranteed.
It's like that and bingo. So I feel like you're trying to cull the older portion of the population.
So I wouldn't do that. How would you wouldn't be here?
Yeah.
Are you guys just taking a piss out of the fact I'm older than you two?
No.
Are you that much older?
Age and wisdom, motherfucker.
And wrinkles. Lots of wrinkles.
That's why I've got my ring light. So no one can see the wrinkles. Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, shit, I can't put it back. No, the ring light. Wait a minute. There we go. I mean, I don't think anyone would argue with the fact that Doggy Doggy Morning is just like an awesome
Again, I don't think anybody on this channel, any subscriber, will be like too butthurt about me picking the song. The rest of the world, though, again.
I really feel like when you made your choice, you were really at war with the world. You're like, fucking butthurt about my choice. Fucking listen to what I tell you to listen to. I picked something decent. Just live with it. Yeah, I feel like you were at war with the world.
It's still a pretty positive song, so I feel he's not that evil.
It was a toss-up between Doki Doki Morning or Embers to Inferno from Trivium, so I think I picked the right one.
Oh no, that song, but it doesn't sound like a happy one.
It is not.
Baby metal death every morning.
Every day you wake up thinking of death. Great.
Yeah.
I think, to be honest, I think like
wait, you guys don't?
Songs, if you're oh my god, dude, what is up today? If you oh shit, worried, should we call like
we have to
hotline
have a talk
or something
afterwards?
Yeah, we call some help for Neon. I think if you were going to pick a song that was like good music but basically pleasing to most people in the world, I think it would be a pretty good choice. I like the fact that Neil went for something that will basically cover more, that it's multiple genres, so it will cover more people. But I still think this brings us back to our essential problem of just how difficult the remit of this is. Although Benedikt, you looked at it in such a wonderful way, so I'm kind of intrigued what you guys thought of my choice, which was Melt Banana with I like the way you looked down when I said that, with First to Defy by Melt Banana. For those of you who don't know, Melt Banana have something of an interesting sound, and I believe this song clocks in at 11 seconds. So I was just kind of intrigued for this look of trauma. Is this why Neon's in a dark place today? Is because I made him listen to Melt Banana for 11 seconds. I think this maybe is what's happening.
I've had farts longer than that song, Jesus.
I never want to smell an 11-second fart, man. I mean, short for a song, that's long for any bowel movement, though, dude. 11-second bowel movement is a pretty significant bowel movement, man. So, all right. So before I say anything about this, I'm going to open this one up to the floor. Every day, every morning for the rest of your life, hearing First Defy by Melt Banana. Thoughts?
I mean, my very first thought was, is it the correct link you posted? Yeah, because to me, I wouldn't like describe this as a song. I mean, like you said, it's 11 seconds long, and that's not really a melody to grab on. It's more like a skit.
It's a fucking text alert. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get why you choose it, I think, because in my opinion, yeah, pretty short, so it won't matter to listen to it every day. Kind of, yeah, 11 seconds, so whatever. Um, and also, yeah, it's not like a goes into a certain mood that will upset people. I don't know. If you like hip hop, it's not like you're gonna be upset of like about this, I think.
I think it encapsulates Howard quite well. Short, sweet, and doesn't last very long. So, like it screams Howard
today.
Burn.
It fights with everybody today.
Oh man, well, I don't think anyone lasts as long as your bowel movements, that's for sure.
Fucking my farts last longer than Howard in bed.
Yeah, obvious follow-up jokes.
I'm getting kicked. I'm getting kicked off the show after this episode.
Leave the obvious jokes to rest after that point. Yeah, so I mean, there's a few reasons why I picked this, but first of all, just out of interest, are either of you familiar with Melt Banana? Was this something where you had no idea what it was before you pressed play? Or
you told me before, so I was familiar. Although I haven't heard any of this stuff, you told me in the past.
I think I heard the name by you before as well, but I never heard any music.
Yeah, so I was aware of who they are. I'm aware that they're skitty, and I would
still say I haven't heard any music by them.
Yeah, no, I haven't either. Like even after that, I haven't actually heard a musical note.
It doesn't mean it's a bad choice.
Ouch. So Melt Banana are often like a little bit they've been going since the 90s, often considered a little bit of a weird band, and that they kind of one of those ones who pushes the whole noise rock thing, limits of what music actually is, I guess you would say.
Can I ask, is it like an album intro, or is it like a skit in between songs?
I think that the song before that is 9 seconds and the song after it is 9 seconds.
Okay.
So those 3 songs take up 29 seconds altogether. It's
Milk Banana is definitely a dick joke, by the way. Like, I can't listen to that.
How long is the album? 2 minutes?
I don't know which one to laugh at first. As a band, most of their songs are pretty short, but they kind of vary. They do have some full-length songs that are pretty long. Most of them are usually around 2 to 3 minutes, but they have some short ones as well. I think they're one of those bands who, most of their songs are not struck to an exact time signature. It just kind of like the sounds start and it goes in a sort of bizarre direction. Usually there is form to it, like there's songs you can follow them, but sometimes they'll do a song which is pretty steady, and then sometimes they'll do a song where it's just kind of, they just made like some noise and it just kind of somehow manages to encapsulate a mood. And they're pretty good at doing these sorts of things where it is, I know the whole idea of noise music is not something everyone's into, and it's something where most noise music I'm not into, but sometimes you'll hear something and you just go, this band is really good at encapsulating a mood in just like some weird blast of sound.
For me to get into a mood, I have to have some more than 11 seconds.
Well, that's kind of the thing, is that the reason why I picked this song obviously goes back to the other thing, which is that I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to say this is why actually I'm really excited to see what Benedikt says in the next bit, because your whole opening statement about this gives you the chance to do something beautiful for the world or destroy it. For me, I must admit, and I didn't say anything at the time, but for me, this entire theme of picking a song that everyone has to listen to every day for the rest of their lives, I think this is possibly the most evil thing I can possibly imagine. I can't imagine anything more evil and antithetical to the entire concept of musical.
Depends what you make of it.
This is just the way I read it in my mind. I can't imagine anything worse. Maybe I see the evil within. No, I don't. But the idea of taking music and forcing everyone forever. I mean, I can't, even the songs that I love, I can't imagine. I think if I listened to a song I loved every day, I think it would kill it. It would destroy it. So for me, the idea of listening to a song forever was so terrifying. I actually went through some songs I really loved at first, and I just went, oh, I wouldn't want to kill. After I realized after a while, I was going, I wouldn't want to destroy that. I wouldn't want to destroy that one. And then it came back to the fact that the only thing that I think would work would be a song that basically functioned as an alarm clock. Kind of like what Neil was saying. So I picked this song because I thought it would be a way to, the bass line comes in. It's like, it's one of those alarm clocks where at least it gives you a chance to like wake up. The sound just comes up with a little bit. You got a bit of warning. You might open your eyes on the bass line and be ready for it. Then it kicks in and then it's done. I was like, that's nice. This song actually would make a really good alarm clock. And I like that. That's the way I see it. I see it as something that would wake you up. It would be efficient because it would get you out of bed. It'd give you a bit of energy, like get you into the world of living, but it would be gone quickly, which means you'd never quite have enough time to hate it.
Yeah, that's why I actually think it's a pretty good choice. But still, I wouldn't really describe this as a song.
I guess we're just pushing the limits of what the avant-garde accepts, man. We're going into that avant-garde territory, man. I can hand you a blunt, man. I don't even smoke, man. Yeah, that was my reasoning. Any thoughts?
To be honest with you, I just thought you picked this one because of the length of it and because it was short, sweet, and over in 2 seconds. Really, to be fair, I actually thought you were trying to be nice to people and just get something that would not be too intrusive into people's lives too much.
Thank you.
I said that before as well.
All right, now I'm getting told off for this. This is the most combative.
Yeah, Howard, pay attention to what Benedikt says, motherfucker.
Jesus, I've never known one of these be so aggressive before. This subject has really dug in deep. No, I appreciate that because, like I say, I think my view of the topic, probably I saw it in a very negative way, but my view of people in the world, I didn't want people to hate a song. I didn't want to I didn't want any song to be hated because I forced it into people's lives. So that's why I went for it. And also because, I could have picked plenty of short songs, but just picking Melt Banana was my little way to go.
So basically what you're saying is everybody's too good, but Melt Banana is not good enough that you can force it upon everybody, is what you're saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's totally what you're saying. I don't want anybody to hate anything else, so I'm going to throw Melt Banana because...
Melt Banana is the only band who have the decency to do a nice short song that you don't have enough time to hate. That's my way of looking at it. All right, so as the temperature and the combat is definitely increasing on this subject, and I don't know why, let's finally crescendo by coming on to the man who came up with the subject first of all, Benedikt. So what song did you pick? Can you tell us the name of the song and then we can have a good chat about it?
Yeah, so it's Young Bae or Bae. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it actually. I hope you put the name in the description.
Sure.
The song name is You've Got Me. I don't want to say anything because I want to get your thoughts on this first.
Now, can I just say, before we go any further, I just wanted to mention about the name You've Got Me, because when I first heard this topic, I was thinking of Groundhog Day. Like, he hears that same song every time he wakes up. And the song he hears is, I got you, babe. Da, da, da. So I was thinking, I got you, and then you've written, you've gone for you got me. And it's like, I was like, oh, I'm getting a Groundhog Day reference in this one. Because I just...
That wasn't intentional, actually.
I know probably that was obscure, but that was just what came to my mind as a connection. It's like Bill Murray waking up and hearing this song instead every day on Groundhog Day. So this song was like incredibly like charming, funky. It was very much built around a groove, though. This was a song built around a groove. And I thought that could be its gift and its curse. Because in one way, this is a song where it just kind of like it grooves, it doesn't do anything particularly challenging. It just sort of settles in and it's nice. So it's going to be a song that you can kind of let wash over you. But I wondered whether if you heard this song every single day, because there's a core to it, because there's a core groove, whether that in itself could become mesmerizingly irritating, hearing the same groove every single day. So I thought this could go one or two ways. Depends on whether you can handle the funk. but I found it like just really charming, and it was smooth, it was melodic. Whereas I feel like Neon's pick kind of tries to please everyone, and I think does please a surprising number of people. It's a song that has this universal likability. I think your song, Benedikt, is just like this song that it's weirdly, instead of like trying to get lots of sounds that everyone likes, it's just something that's kind of inoffensively funky. It just gets the rudiments of music right. Melody, rhythm. It's kind of like a very different approach, but achieves the same thing in just a very different way.
Do you know what genre it is?
It's gonna be one of those ones where you're gonna like name a genre and I'm gonna go, yeah, that's a genre.
It's something I mentioned to you. That's why I'm saying.
Yeah, I know it's that genre that you mentioned to me, and I forgot the name before, and I'm gonna forget it now.
Future funk.
What's it called?
Future funk.
That's it. Yeah. See, I had forgotten that. I wouldn't have remembered that, but in the minute you said it, I was like, yeah, you told me about it before. Yeah, it's kind of like it's got this inoffensive, it just washes over you. That kind of music. I'm intrigued to get Neon's opinion on this one as well, because I don't know how Neon responds to the funk.
I fucking hate it.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
This one's not for me. The first time I listened to it, I just clicked.
That's why he's in a bad mood.
That's why I'm in a bad mood, because I had to fucking listen to this.
We gave you 2 songs that you hated. Oh shit. Okay.
No. To be fair, the first one I didn't hate. It was just like so non-existent. It was it barely registered a blip on my radar. Where Benedikt, I listened to it, and I've just gone through again quickly just to remind myself, and I listened to it, and after the first play, I was kind of like, you know what, I kind of like this, but then I just thought, all right, what's that going to be like in a week's time? And already after the first play, like if you played that multiple times in one day, it would get very, very stale for me very, very quickly. And then after about a week, I would feel like I would like literally be loading the shotgun and hunting Benedikt down.
So you're saying it's the opposite of a grower? Like
it's the opposite of me. It would get very fucking tedious very fucking quickly.
What do you call that? A shrinker?
A downer. A shrinker. Yeah. It is definitely a floppy song. Indeed.
A floppy shrinker.
It's a floppy shrinker.
So can we just register? So Neon's picks. His song he described as a song that he would be murdered if he didn't pick. My song doesn't register as music, and your song is a floppy shrinker. I don't think Neon enjoyed this week's challenge as much as some of the previous ones. Again,
no, to be, like I said, it's a really, really good song. I do like it. But it's not. It's not
kind of a turnaround.
You can make the same argument with my choice though. If you're not a metal fan, you may not enjoy it. And it's the same for me with Benedikt. I could listen to it and I could groove to it once. Play it more than once, then I'm going to start getting really fucking annoyed with it very, very quickly. And I think if I was to listen to, like I said, like 2 months of listening to that every single day, I think I'd ditch my fucking mind.
I think it goes back to the point of it hits one particular sound repeatedly. And that's kind of what I was kind of saying, I think. Maybe you agree on this one, in that because it hits that one particular feeling. It could be one that you find very inoffensive, and so as a result, every day it's nothing. It's just like a nice sort of gentle thing. Or every day it could be constantly pounding away at that one irritating nerve. So
there's so much future stuff that I love, like future EDM, future metal, future cyberpunk sounds, grime. So much future funk, though. I
mean, that's fair. Not every music is for everyone. Yeah, I kind of tried to pick a song that's, like Howard says, is more on the inoffensive side, or I would like call it a bit neutral in a way, like a funky neutrality, if you can call it that, because that's what I heard. Also thinking about your video, like why do some people don't like amazing singers, and it's like with Neon song. it's like the same thing. Some people will love it, some people it's just not for them, so they will probably never gonna
I
love
picked
it.
my song purely on the basis so Loon doesn't comment on this video. Guys, I can't believe you didn't pick this song.
Yeah, but you know,
he's gonna find another song.
He's gonna find another song, but I'm gonna force him to pick something else and to think about it. So
yeah, you know, but future funk, to me, it gives me a really happy vibe. I had some years, some pretty bad years in my life where actually future funk really saved me and my mental health, I would say.
Would you say it's quite soothing? I think that's the word, because when you're talking about that kind of, it makes you feel better, but it's also quite neutral. The word that keeps on coming up to my head
it's really
is
repetitive.
soothing.
That's kind of the nature of the music because it's sample based, so it's pretty much taking samples. That's also I kind of cheated because Young Bae, it's not an Asian artist, it's an American guy. But future funk originated from like Japanese city pop. It's like samples from Japanese city pop.
He's turned our ears to the west.
Like I said, it actually comes from Japan.
Well, that's it. That's the end of the channels, guys. Thanks for that. Benedikt, you ruined it.
See you next time.
Now remember to keep your ears pointing somewhere.
To the west, to the north, to the south. Who the fuck cares? What does our name mean anymore?
I must admit, actually, what I find really interesting about it, because as I say, I walked into this particular subject thinking to myself, well, this is a nightmare. This is a nightmare scenario, which is kind of interesting because I like these to be challenging. I like these to be ones where it's like you really have to think about it. And what I really enjoyed about this is that the three of us, as always, we went off and thought about our options independently, and we came up with three totally different solutions. Like the fact that Neon came up with a song that achieves many different things. It's kind of something to everyone. You know, I came up with a song that was basically just trying to get out of people's way. And then obviously Benedikt came up with a song that would be kind of just soothing and not push anyone to the links of, you know, loading a shotgun. Unfortunately, it didn't work for Neon. So
but still push a positive vibe.
Yeah, actually, you got a point. It's soothingly positive. I'm really kind of intrigued. I think of all the ones we've done so far, this is probably the one where we've come up with the most extreme, different responses, because I think this is genuinely challenging. So I don't think there's any winner from this scenario realistically. Like maybe you could say like for a month, maybe, but like forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
But I actually thought about like we could do a challenge, and every one of us has to listen to the songs of the other guys every day for like until next week, and we
please don't do that to I mean, look, if you do your one to Neon, I swear this channel's just going to be you and me moving forward, Benedikt. And you know,
yeah, that's scrap that idea.
I was about to say, I would have gone with that if I hadn't just heard his review. If I hadn't just heard his review, I'd have maybe gone with that.
I actually think his opinion might change over time. Maybe not in a week.
Are you willing to gamble his life on that? That's kind of
his life. Why not? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I like how like Neon's camera's frozen, so we actually don't know how he responded to that.
Is Neon. It Oh, I thought he was actually like just grim.
Oh, he's back. Oh, okay, he's back. All right, cool. Did you hear us, Neon?
Yeah, I heard you. Did I cut out? It was fine.
It's okay. All right, just wondering. So like everyone in the world just heard us like saying these things about you, and you just like stop still looking down. Or maybe because it's recording on your computer, maybe they'll see the option.
Yeah, it will be completely fine from the recording. So everybody's going to be like, what the fuck are you two talking about?
Yeah, exactly. So let's move on from that.
That means you two didn't see what I just did in my response, so that's good.
Well, look, I'm actually, because I think Neon's right. This is an impossible question, which makes it interesting. So I'm really interested to see what everyone at home thinks about this. Is there a song that you guys would, recommend can be listened to every single day forever? And out of our three songs, which one genuinely going every single day forever do you think would be the most positive impact on the world, or even the most, which one do you think would work?
Or the most negative?
Or the most negative, yeah.
Out of the three of us, I'd probably go for Howard's, just because, like I said, it's quick, easy, 11 seconds of your day, and probably the easiest thing to get out of the way, to be fair.
But in a way, I also think it's kind of interesting that mine could be disqualified on the fact that both of you said it wasn't even a song. So this
Kind
is
of.
you guys at home. Do you think my answer was valid, or does it have to be scrubbed from the records for being bullshit?
Like, is this a
Help
song
Banana
for
rules.
you?
Yeah, I want to see lots of hashtag Howard's full of crap in the comments. Let's do it, people.
Well, this has been quite possibly the most aggressive episode of Ears to These ever. Neon has basically threatened to kill both of us before killing himself in this stream.
I think I managed to do the trifecta. I think I threatened to kill all three of us.
we're all good. If we make it to the next video, we'll be lucky. But I tell you what, actually, I think this has been a really interesting topic. I really love the answers as well. I think this has been a fascinating one. So I'm looking forward to everyone says in the comments. As always, comment on all three of our songs, comment on what you would pick as well. And hopefully we'll see you very soon for the next one of these. But until then, for now,
your ears
to
the West.
I don't know what to do.